Hello and welcome to my video today. I'm going to be covering the 2024.26.3.1 update on my 2018 Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. And since it is an older car, not everything in this update is applicable, and I can't really show you everything, but I'll at least talk about it if you have a newer car. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is bring up the release notes. You can do that by pressing the car menu here, going down to software, and then scrolling down and press release notes. There's other ways of getting to it also. You can get through the main menu too, up top. I did receive this update about 3 days ago, but I've been so busy. Today is the first day I've had that I've put aside some time so I can go over all the changes in this update. So as you can see on the screen, the first item that is showing is YouTube Music. Listen to over 100 million songs ad-free with your YouTube Premium or Music Premium account. Access your library to see all of your liked and added songs, playlists you created, and artists and podcasts you subscribe to. Requires premium connectivity or an active Wi-Fi connection. So if you want to go into that, you just go into the music app area here. I will press the button to choose which of the inputs we want to have. And now we do see YouTube Music on the bottom here. If you press that, it will bring up a screen where you can sign into your Google account using your phone, take a picture of this QR code, and you can log in, and it's got the code there also. So that will populate this with your YouTube Music account information and all the things like the songs, playlists, etc. that you would normally have with that account. I don't have a YouTube Music account, so I am not going to show that to you right now, but that is what you would see if you need to log in. Going back to the release notes, we can look at the second item here, and that is Amazon Music. Prime members get access to over 100 million songs in shuffle mode, all access playlists, plus the largest catalog of top ad-free podcasts. Upgrade to Amazon Music Unlimited for full on-demand access. This requires premium connectivity or an active Wi-Fi connection. Just like the previous, I went into music. If I click on the inputs, then I can choose, where is it on here? Amazon Music. Just like on the YouTube, you have a QR code which you'll use your phone with to log into the account. And then once that's done, your information will show up on the screen and you'll be able to choose your music and other information like that. So that's what that looks like if you're starting out with the login. Now we're back to the release notes. Let's go to the next item, which is Parental Controls. Parental Controls, you can now enable parental controls with a pin on your vehicle. Set a maximum speed limit and limit acceleration to chill. Turn on safety features such as speed limit warning, automatic emergency braking, and forward collision warning. Configure night curfew to receive notifications through your Tesla mobile app when the vehicle is driven past curfew. Enable parental controls from the vehicle or the Tesla mobile app. Navigate to Controls, Safety, Parental Controls. Follow the instructions on the screen and provide a PIN. Drivers can't disable the controls or change the settings without re-entering the PIN. So if I go into the menu, let's go check that out. So we'll go to Controls, Safety, and now if we go into... Now you'll scroll down the list and you'll see this new item here. Even has a little new marker next to it, then you can switch to on if you wish to turn it on, and then it gives you a number of different things you can set. So if I want to be especially cruel with my kids, I can set the speed limit to 55. I can have reduce acceleration on, require safety features, and send curfew notifications. So then you can click confirm, then you'll give a code. I'll create a nice hard to decipher 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you want to turn it off, you can just press off and then enter your PIN again. And now it's off. So that's parental controls. Next on the list, we have navigate to sub-destinations. Now when you enter a navigation destination, you can select a sub-destination, such as a specific terminal at the airport, to get more accurate routing details. So let's try that out. If I go into, let me close this out and just get to the navigation screen. Let me try that out. I am going to try the airport, since that seems like a good place here. Now when you click on this, you'll see sub-destinations here. They have Terminal 1, Terminal 2, Terminal 2 departures, and parking. You can actually view more. Oh, wow. So these are all the sub-destinations that you can choose, which is super handy if you're going to a very large destination and you don't know specifically where in the parking lot something is. This is a great help. So if I want to go to Park RDO Central, I can just click on this. It will set up the route and it will get started. So there we go. So that is the new addition to the navigation. Pretty handy. I'm going to cancel that right now. Next on the list, we have weather forecast and air quality. Your vehicle status bar now shows the local weather conditions alongside the temperature. When air quality is poor, your vehicle also shows the AQI symbol and index value. Tap the temperature on your touchscreen to see details about your local weather forecast, such as the weather conditions, highs and lows of the day, and the chance of rain. Requires premium connectivity. So let's check that out. If you are on the top of the screen here, if you press the temperature, you now have a little forecast window that pops up, and it does show you the temperature outside. It is clear. It's going to be a high of 90 today, and it gives a forecast through the day. That's nice to see. Chance of rain, 0. Humidity, wind, UV index, and the AQI. It is moderate at 73. So if you want to close that out, you just press the little X there, and that's it. So you can access it anytime you want just by pressing the temperature or the AQI up top. Next, we have schedule, charge, and preconditioning. From the redesigned menu or the Tesla mobile app, schedule charging or preconditioning for your vehicle. You can select a location, schedule a one-off, repeat specific times or days of the week, and also control when charging starts and stops. To schedule your charge and precondition, tap Controls Schedule. This feature requires mobile app version 4.34.5 or newer. So let's do that right now. I'll go into Controls. And now you see a schedule icon here. So we have a home or work, and you can have different settings for that. You can have preconditioning here. You can do plus and then set that up. You have the information here. You can pick the days of the week or repeating and the times, and that's for preconditioning. If you click on charge, then you can have set start times, which is very handy if you have time of use with your electric provider. So you can do starts and ends. Say, for example, if you have your lowest charging costs at, say, midnight to 3 in the morning, you can set that on here, and also set the days that you want to charge, and then this can be repeated. So that is the schedule. I'm going to exit out of there. And then we also have, for charging, schedule when your vehicle starts and or stops charging. And then we can have here, here's one that was set Monday through Sunday at 3:30 a.m. Or you can have another one here Monday through Sunday at 4:30 a.m. So lots of options here. So that is a pretty nice, I guess, a change in scheduling. Makes it a lot more configurable. Next up, we have single pull to start Autopilot. You can set Autopilot to start when you pull down the right stalk once rather than twice. To choose this setting, go into Controls, Autopilot, Autopilot Activation, Single Pull. Be aware that with the single pull, when Autopilot features is set to auto steer, you'll bypass traffic aware cruise control. With a single pull, when you cancel auto steer, whether you take over the steering or push up the stalk one time, you'll immediately return to manual driving. As with all Autopilot features, you must continue to pay attention and be ready to take immediate action, including canceling the feature and returning to manual driving. I think some people did get the single pull for Autopilot in previous updates, but I did not. So let me go and look at that right now. So let me go to Controls, Autopilot, and we have single pull or double pull. You can switch between them. Pretty simple. So that's that. Let's go back to the release notes. Next item we have is over-the-air recall. In accordance to recent recall campaign 23V838 for US and 2023.657 for Canada, Tesla is making the following improvements to auto steer. We have improved visibility of driver monitoring warning alerts on the touchscreen by increasing the text size and moving the notifications to a more prominent position, Model 3 and Model Y only. Added the option to activate Autopilot features with a single stalk depression instead of two to help simplify activation and disengagement. Increase the strictness of driver attentiveness requirements when using auto steer and approaching traffic lights and stop signs off highway. Introduce a suspension policy that will restrict auto steer usage for 1 week if improper usage is detected. Improper usage is when you or another driver of your vehicle receive 3 Autopilot strikeouts. You are the driver, and as the driver, you must be vigilant to the road. Keep your hands on the wheel and ready to intervene to maintain safety. One thing I must say is, since my car is an older vehicle with the original hardware 2.5 computer and the Intel processor, I did not get any of these requirements. I actually don't have camera active in my car, and I don't have a lot of the restrictions that I noticed a lot of the newer cars having, especially these issues that are listed right here. So I'm wondering if they have instituted these changes for the older vehicles in this update, so I may be seeing this affecting me now. So I've had several months where I haven't had to worry about that restrictiveness. Next, let's go to security improvements. This update includes important security fixes and improvements. That is pretty much every time we have an update, they do stuff like that. And then we have other updates. The Battle of Polytopia has an update where you can create graves, build crypts, and summon demons from the graves in the Dark Forest and special skin. A redesigned climate panel allows you to select your comfort settings with ease. When in auto, the fan speed may now automatically lower to reduce the sound of ambient noise during a phone call. Tesla Mic is now supported in conjunction with availability in the Tesla store. Controls Search now surfaces climate-related features and navigation when searching for an address. So let's take a look at the item here with the climate panel. So if we slide up the climate panel here, it looks like they have simplified this a bit. The icons look a little smaller and kind of grouped in the upper left now. It looks fairly similar. We have front information, and then we have rear controls here that you can adjust the rear seats, and the rear fan you can turn on and off. But one thing that is missing here is the dog mode and the other modes. I don't see them. They used to be in this far corner here. Oh, I see. Up here they have it. So they relocated it from the side to above here. So now they have the keep, they have dog mode, and they have camp mode as like a little separate bar above all of this. So I don't know if it's any help by putting it there. Maybe a little bit easier to reach if you're the driver, since previously it was over on this side. Not a big deal, really. Otherwise, this looks fairly straightforward as an update. And let me see, Ballot Polytopia, that's pretty self-explanatory. Fan speed slowing down, that's nice when you're on a phone call, so it'll be less noisy when you're talking. So let's see what they mean by the controls search. Let's go into controls. I am not really sure what they're trying to talk about in that update. I'll probably have to drive the car a bit more and see. So those are all the things that I have had on my release notes. Let me cover some of the other things that you may have for newer vehicles. All right, here's one that I see here. It's go on green. The traffic light and stop sign control feature no longer requires explicit driver confirmation to continue straight through an intersection for green traffic lights when there is a lead vehicle ahead of you, and Autopilot is confident that you are not in a turn-only lane. The stop line in the driving visualization will now turn green to indicate that the car will continue through an intersection. As with all Autopilot features, you must continue to pay attention and be ready to take immediate action. I'm guessing this is going to be for those people that have the full self-driving option. So that is something I don't have. So that is for you guys. Next, we have vision speed limits. Vision speed limits now leverages your car's camera to detect speed limit signs to improve the accuracy of speed limit data on highways and local roads. Detected speed limit signs will be displayed in the driving visualization and used to set the associated speed limit warning. That's something else that I don't have on my vehicle. Next, we have classic Doombad. The demo has been replaced with the full version release, and it features full touch support and packed with 70 new levels and endless content. Challenge yourself with trap-based tower defense game against hordes of goody two-shoed heroes invading your castle. To play, shift into park, go to arcade, and click on Castle Doombad Classic. You know, I do not know if I have that or not, so let me bring up the menus for arcade, and looking through, I do not have Castle Doombad. I think that is one of the games that was added for vehicles that have the newer computers and the AMD processor, which I don't have. So I think I've hit the limit of the current games. I'm not going to be getting any new ones. And if you have a new Model 3, there are new ambient lighting controls. There are now additional options for your vehicle's ambient lighting. Under Controls Lights, you can now control the brightness of the vehicle's accent lights. In addition, you can choose for the accent lights to only turn on when the vehicle detects dim conditions outside. Another thing we have is improved climate panel. This is an undocumented feature. As Tesla points out in the other updates, they have improved the climate menu by simplifying the screen, by removing certain options when they're unavailable, and reshuffling buttons around to make them easier to access for drivers and passengers. Oh yeah, that's a thing I want to mention. If you are in drive versus park, look at the top menu here. It does change a little bit when you're in drive and parking. So we have the lock button, we have your profile settings, we have the garage activation. Oh look, see, it does change when you are in drive mode. It shrinks it after a few seconds. Very interesting. So if I press in the park, you'll see it's an expanded menu. You get your Sentry mode, your LTE, your time, and the weather here, along with the passenger airbag. And if I go into drive again and wait a few seconds, that information is still there. And I did notice that the other day when I was driving that some of the information became smaller and squeezed over to the side. So I guess just a slight change in the user interface. Not sure how effective that is on a day-to-day basis, but I did notice it while driving the last couple days. All right, well, I guess that does it. This is my overview of the new update, and I went through all the changes for 2024.26.3.1, which included all of these things, including the new music options, which I think are the two biggest things that are added on here. Parental controls, the navigate to sub-destinations is pretty cool too, and the weather forecast is nice. Some of the other stuff isn't as notable, or you may not even notice it at all. But I just want to bring that up and let you know what the new things are with this update, if you already have this update or should be getting it soon. I think right now less than 20% of the cars have this update, so it should be rolling out over the next week or two, and you should be getting it. As usual, I get random updates. Sometimes I get them early, sometimes I get them late. Even though I have advanced on my software setting, I try to get the software updates as soon as possible because I like to make videos on it and let you know what's going on. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to cover in a future system update video, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.